Time now for the NTV Sports Desk.
Drew Harbur was a normal high school kid enjoying life, a three-sport athlete, but he started feeling the effects of playing sports, or so he thought. While getting treatment, it turned out the situation was more dire than anyone had thought.
Basketball's kind of king around our house.
When it comes to sports,
Drew's been good at about anything he tried from a very young age.
Drew Harbur knows the score.
It's definitely the competing aspect, but mainly just getting to know new people.
We're better off with Drew here. Now, if Drew is playing basketball, if Drew's not playing basketball, Elm Creek and our public school here is better with Drew in it.
Video captures Drew in the fall of 2021 as a sophomore playing football. Then came basketball. But late during that season, something happened.
The end of basketball season, right before districts, is kind of when we started seeing that he wasn't making it through a full game. He was cramping up, his back was in a lot of pain, things like that.
We were home the Sunday after that game, and I looked at Carrie and I said, something's wrong. I said, his color's just not right. I said, I'm not sure what's going on, but something's really off there.
Drew's mom rushed him to the hospital, only to find out, moments later, he needed to be airlifted to Omaha. A 3-hour trip, away from everything he knew. His family took off the 185 miles, which meant Drew was gonna be alone for a few hours. Then came an emergency landing.
You know, we laugh and joke about it sometimes, but on the way to Omaha, a bird flew through the windshield of the helicopter, and we kind of joke around our house about, well, Drew, God obviously has big plans for your life because
He saved your life twice
He saved
that
you
day.
twice in one day.
By the time we emergency landed, we had to wait for an ambulance clear from Omaha to get to the airport. I got to the hospital about 5 minutes before they did. So when we were at the hospital, they were pulling into Omaha. It was kind of a blessing that they got there at the same time to kind of comfort me and be by my side.
It didn't take long for Omaha doctors to diagnose Drew with IVC atresia, a rare vascular disorder causing hundreds of blood clots.
And then as it got further in the hospital, it was like a bunch of little knives just poking at you, and you can't sleep with the pain, I'll tell you that. But it got pretty uncomfortable was the main thing.
In layman's terms, his IVC vein comes to a stop. My understanding is 1% of the people in America have this. Most don't survive.
It took 3 surgeries to remove over 100 blood clots, with some over a year old. But all Drew could focus on was getting back on the court.
I was really excited to play basketball.
But the surgeons had other ideas.
But what I couldn't believe were the words that came out of Drew's mouth. He told me, he says, I guess I'll just have to become a really good golfer. Is what he told me. And I was like, you know what? That's the perspective that we as people need more often. Whenever we face challenges, whenever we have things get in our way, like just the perception of, you know what? Maybe I can't do that anymore, but I could go get to be really good at this.
It took a specialist in Texas to clear Drew to play.
When we left Omaha, he was told he could not play any sports. Football was out, and basketball was a big question mark.
Did we think we would be in this position? No. Did I think that Drew would figure out a way to be in this position? Yes, because if there's any one thing I know about my son, I know that if he puts his mind to it, nobody's going to stop him, period.
It shows that it could end in an instant. You really got to cherish the time you have with people, good people, bad people, because you may never see them again. You don't know what's going on with them, so you better cherish the time you have with them.
Not a lesson every 17-year-old learns, but one Drew and his family will never forget.
At the end of the day, the biggest thing we could be thankful for is the fact that it was found and the fact that Drew's still here today. Because you hear stories upon stories of people that have a blood clot move into their heart, and that's the end.
Now, Drew and his family said that they also credit the medical staff at Due West for initially seeing something that wasn't right, and a heartfelt thanks to the community for their thoughts and prayers. More on this story, head to our website, nebraska.tv.